everybody, welcome to Kats Creations live on Friday night. This is Friday. What's the date today? March 1st. So welcome to March 2019. I thought that I would throw the dates out there so if people are watching a replay, they don't think that it's a current one instead of an actual live. So way to tell is if there's a live box up here somewhere, right? Is it right there?
Yeah, a little bit further to the left. Or to the right. Yeah, there you go.
There? Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's a live right here, that means that we are actually live. You can comment and we'll try to respond to as many of your comments as possible. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to my kitchen where I do all of my crafts. Let us know where you're from. We try to plug you in and get you hooked up in a wreathing community with people in your area close to you. I'm in Southern California, which is why it's 5 o'clock on a Friday for us and 8 o'clock for people on East Coast. What is it, 7 Central
time. Yep.
Yeah, 7 Central, and I think 6 is like Mountain Time, or for people who aren't observing daylight savings time.
Yep.
So, and that goes away next week, so it'll be back to PST, which is Pacific Standard Time. So throw the different time frame in. So I'm sure if you guys had seen my earlier post, we're doing a Cape Cod, it's called the Nantucket Whaling Company type of a wreath. We were saying last Friday that we were going to be doing a beach wreath this week, and I fell in love with the sign, wanted to go with a more nautical theme, so it kind of ties in people who sail on the lake or people who sail out on the ocean, so it's kind of a universal theme. So, do we have anyone joining us?
Yeah, we still have a bunch of people joining. We have 50 so far. Jane, Brenda, Gloria, Beverly, Peggy, Sandra, Melanie, Marty is on. Hi, Marty.
Oh, welcome.
Sandra, Danny, Donna, Melanie, Elaine, Vi, Teresa, Simone, Kathy, and that's it. And Ruth. That's
okay.
It.
Well, thank you guys for joining in. I really and truly appreciate each and every one of you joining. This is the public group, so feel free to share this video as much as you'd like. Much easier to find on your page should you want to go purchase all the same stuff that I'm using here. And most of it that I'm using in tonight's tutorial, aside from the deco mesh and a couple ribbons, everything is purchased at your box craft stores. So can't wait to show you. Let me go over the materials you will need to have handy should you want to put this together. You will need wire cutters, scissors, 26 gauge wire for our bow later, a staple gun, pipe cleaners, whatever color deco mesh and ribbon you want. The Nantucket Whaling Company sign came from Hobby Lobby, which right now is offering it's weird. They call it the spring line, but it's not really spring. I see it as summer, but the label on it is spring. So it's 40% off if you want to pick that up. And then you can kind of combo a lot of the ribbon that I'm using tonight. I had left over from last summer. So I actually pulled my summer bin out and pulled some of the ribbon out. We have two different ribbons that came from Joann's this afternoon. Joann's has an amazing line coming out right now. It's called Indigo Mist, which it's going to be really hard for me to refrain from buying everything in that collection because it's gorgeous. But get over to Joann's and take advantage of that.
Yep, even a really cool whale ribbon.
Yeah, that's where we get the whale ribbon from tonight and the light blue nautical stripe. So they have a ton of stuff, mermaids and sea turtles and all kinds of stuff. You'll love the collection if you're a big, huge ocean lover like I am. You'll need pipe cleaners, and then we're doing this on a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. You can do it on whatever wreath frame of your choice, but you'll have to make adjustments depending on if you go bigger work frame wreath. You could probably even put this together on a grapevine and spray it white. It would look gorgeous. So tonight it was challenging because I knew I like the sign, and I totally fell in love with this. It's a poly jute burlap mesh. It's all made out of natural fiber, so it's super soft. And I've been wanting to do the cream and navy for a while. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do, like, do I want to throw down a whole white poof base and throw this in on the top? or do I want to do white? Do I want to like mix and match? So what I did is I basically took my sign and I paired it up with the mesh, and I basically asked the question, which color mesh really pops the sign? Obviously the white kind of hides it, it kind of blends it more, whereas the navy really pops that white with the navy writing on it. So when you're stuck in a decision like that where you're not sure, you're tight on your materials because of cost, and you don't want to just pre-cut everything and then come up with a design that isn't along the lines of like hopefully what you were thinking. I've talked about this before. Doing a mock-up of your design helps you decide to see the vision kind of without carving into all your materials and then coming up with either the wrong dimensions for your deco mesh, wrong dimensions for your ribbon. And then when you take your sign and you play your sign on top of this, then it kind of gives you a preview of hopefully what your main design will look like. And I really liked this look. So this is what we're doing tonight. So when in doubt, make a mock-up. So 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I already have it pretty much pre-done, except for one section. So this just makes our wreath making process this much easier. So what you're going to do is on the 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frames, there are 6 sections. There are a total of 4 rails, and you're going to wire 2 of each rail together. So you'll have 3 pipe cleaners in each section, 6 in the middle, 12 on the outside. I just color coded the pipe cleaners. Not, you know, yeah, it kind of blends with my color combo, but it makes it a little easier to see the combinations. So you're going to, first of all, do the interior one. So it's going to be the middle 2 wires, or the 2 inner ones. So we're just gonna wire these 2 together with a pipe cleaner. And then on the outside, where the rail and your pipe cleaner is, you'll pick a center point, and you're gonna do the outer 2 and wire those 2 together. Just like so. And then again, for the last of your weld, and then the center, and we'll do the last one. So that this is pretty much set up for what I want to achieve tonight. Do you guys have any questions on the setup for the frame, pipe cleaner placement, or anything else that I can answer for you before we start? I'm going to kind of push this out of the way.
Yeah, we'll give them a couple seconds.
Okay. So I'm just...
Donna said, thank you, Ken. I'm still new, and that was a wonderful tip.
Good. Like I said, it has saved me so much money by doing that, rather than, I think the first couple of times I would just cut out all my mesh, at least like 4 or 5 pieces, put them together, pull them out, hated that design. So I figured if I just at least work a section, it can kind of give you a preview of what the whole entire wreath should potentially look like. Okay, so we're gonna start with the base that I created, which was this ivory colored, this is called burlap mesh. You can purchase it at Craft Outlet. It comes in 10-inch rolls, and I cut my pieces to 15 inches. The reason being is I want a full base on the bottom, but obviously this is very thin, so it's not going to be too heavy, but it's going to just give it a nice, like, overall neutral base to work off of. And we're just going to ruffle or scrunch, bow tie, whatever you call that method. We're just going to take this. Here's the finished edge here, finished edge here. I'm going to take it and lay this with the finished edge always facing towards the center. So every single one of these pipe cleaners is going to get an ivory piece of this burlap mesh. So now's a good opportunity for you guys to ask me any questions while I sit here and fill this wreath frame, and I'm going to do one in every single pipe cleaner, always laying them the same way, finished edges to the outside and to the inside circle, and just give them like one good twist.
Hi gals, just joining.
So this is my favorite mesh because it's soft. You cannot cut this with a wood burning tool because it contains natural cotton fibers. It will not cut, it will burn and smoke. So you don't want to do it on this one. Same with the navy and the cream. It's the same, it contains all natural fibers.
The poly burlap is really soft and pretty though, it's really soft.
It is. And that's the look I really wanted this one to have, was very Cape Cod feel, elegant, classic.
Look.
Exactly. I was gonna finish that thought.
Yes, we finished each other's sentences.
Yes, we do. So this should go pretty quick. Like I said, again, these are all cut to 15-inch pieces.
That's a good question, Kathy. She said, why do some wreathers lay the mesh the other way?
I don't know. And for me, knowing that this is a natural fiber, and since I can't really cauterize the cut ends, and every time you deal with a cut end, you're going to deal with fray. So sometimes with the wood burning tool on that polypropylene mesh, when we cut it with the wood burning tool, it's sealing the cut edges, which is kind of creating a false finished edge. So I don't know why they would lay it sideways, because what that does is subject the cut edges
Right.
to being handled, because people are going to play and fluff around the outside edge. They're not going to deal with the inside so much, but I do it this way so that it cuts down on the fraying.
Yeah, you always want the finished edge to be on the outside because then it's more durable, especially in handling and the weather and being out in the environment.
Yep.
You never want the cut edge to be on the outside.
So the only thing I'm thinking is, I don't know, maybe it just kind of goes hand in hand with their designs choice, like the way that they want it to lay. Mine, I just want it to kind of keep it fairly close. When you do the ruffle method, the ruffle method will fill out, it'll be full, but it'll also be flat. So it's not like doing a poof where I'm going to have this big, thick, bubbly base to work off of. This is more thin and flat.
Yeah,
So-
your ruffle and your curl are going to be much flatter than your poof and your bubble.
Mhm. So that's always a good choice too, is when you're not sure, think about, do you want more flat, more like flat and round, or thick and poofy?
So Kat said, I totally agree. I was just wondering. And then Donna said, I went to Craft Outlet yesterday, so she must be local to the store.
Lucky you.
Is that your best recommendation?
I always recommend Craft Outlet's Deco Mesh. Even their basic, what they call value Deco Mesh, I think it's like $3 something a roll. It's like, I think the cheapest Deco Mesh they have. I have never had a really bad Deco Mesh from them. Big box stores like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, yeah, you're gonna get thin. And it sucks because with Michael's, I mean, they're charging you $9.99 a roll, and their Deco Mesh isn't worth $9.99 a roll. I would take the money and invest it in Craft Outlet, which you do not have to be a wholesale person to buy from them. They're just an online store. If you purchase more than $69 worth of materials, they ship for free, and it'll be a FedEx shipping.
And then Pam asked, what kind of mesh did you say this was? I just joined the video. It's the poly jute, right?
No, this is a burlap mesh.
Oh, the poly burlap, sorry.
Not poly burlap.
Is it just burlap?
Yeah, it's just burlap. It's an imitation burlap, so it gives you the look and feel of burlap, which is why it's so soft. It's all natural fibers.
That's why I thought the poly is in there, because the poly is basically fake.
No.
Right.
Poly would be for the polypropylene, the plastic coating that comes in some of the mesh. This one has not. It's just burlap mesh, is exactly what the label says.
That's weird because it's not a true burlap though.
I know you're kind of like giving me this weird
Not
look.
questioning. It's okay.
It's okay. When they kind of generally don't question, but kind of are questioning,
I see it. It just says burlap mesh.
burlap mesh is exactly what it says. Exactly that.
Donna said I didn't know that you could go there. I thought it was only mail order only.
What? Yeah,
Craft outlet.
I thought it was only mail order as well, like online ordering. Well, lucky you people who have it fairly close to you. I think we have a couple that we can order directly through, like Paper Mart for us. We can't go into them, but I will call it. They're actually about almost 2 hours from us. But I will call everything and just go pick it up local.
Oh, Donna said I'm sorry. She meant she went online.
Oh, okay.
She's in Virginia Beach. No problem, Donna.
Okay.
I haven't zoomed in so much, so.
Okay. I'm just going around and I'm trying to take my pipe cleaners and keep my pipe cleaners straight up and down so they're easier to find. The navy one's easier than the white. So any other questions you guys have that I can answer for you?
Yep, she said, okay, thanks. No, that was it. Any questions, gals? Like I said, feel free to share. We'd appreciate it.
I'm trying to think of what else. So nautical, for you wreath creators, is something that is sold year round. So don't think that there's an off season or that nautical is only for the summer. You can make nautical themed for every single holiday, like beach Christmas was huge for us this year because beach for us in the summer was huge. So I kind of varied the theme a little bit and made beach Christmas for people who have beach homes and celebrate it for Christmas. So you can do the same thing like for Easter or spring and kind of come up with a variation on like a Easter beach.
Carlos and Melinda Tijerina, I'm assuming it's probably Melinda, but not sure. She said, good evening, so glad I caught you just tuning in. Sorry, what kind of mesh are you using? Looks light in texture and easy to work with.
It's very nice.
Beautiful blues.
Yeah, this is a burlap mesh. So it's not a true burlap. This is an imitation burlap. But it's very nice, very soft. It likes to cling to itself.
Both colors are?
Yes, both colors are burlap mesh.
And then she said, yes, Michael's and Hobby need to watch for, and just answered my question, the mesh poly burlap. Yep.
Yeah.
The craft outlet is great, and Trendy Tree, I've been following you and have learned so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, last piece.
And Amber said, I almost bought that sign. So cute.
Oh, I know. I had to actually go back out to Hobby Lobby today because our entire bedroom is all nautical beach theme. And, well, of course, you love the sign, right? And you'll always say, oh, I should have bought that sign for myself. No. I knew that if I didn't go back today, more than likely, the stuff in Hobby Lobby, the really nice stuff, doesn't last very long. Like last year when they did all their dog and cat signs, they all went really quick. So not always available to order online. So as you can tell, it's very light, it's very airy. You can still see the wreath frame, but that's okay because now we're going to come back in with this ivory and navy shorter. So this is going to be a 12-inch cut, but this roll is actually 10.5 inches, which will work out fine because we're just going to use this for an accent color and to help thicken up this ivory mesh. So I have the 10.5-inch roll, again, craft outlet. These are cut to 12-inch pieces. So they're going to give just a nice base.
Donna asked, where do I find the rules for the giveaway? I'm lost, LOL.
Oh, the giveaway. So I decided I'm trying to beef up my Instagram. Instagram is so hard to grow followers on. So we're doing a giveaway for Instagram followers. So if you have an Instagram page, just go to KatsCreations777. Like, there is a specific post that says it's the 100 or 1,000 follower giveaway. So if you find that post, like the post, follow my page, and then just tag a friend in your in that Instagram comment, and then that's it.
Whoever, or at whoever, right?
Yeah. So if you're not sure
whoever.
how to tag a friend, you have to use a little at symbol, the A with the circle around it. Yeah. And then you just tag them in it. And then the winner will be announced on Sunday, which is my official birthday, because I want to give back for my birthday at 3 o'clock. So we're going to draw a winner based on the people who are following all the directions, which is like the post, you're following my Instagram page, and then tagging a friend. Yep. That's all you need to do.
Dee said, I've always used the snowdrift in white.
Okay.
But I have to do an autism read, so what kind of red blue mesh would you use? A good quality.
Again,
still cropped out right
yeah, you know me, I'm gonna automatically pick. And the to be fair, the Wreath Shop, Craft Outlet, or Trendy Tree, I believe all purchased their deco mesh from the same supplier, so I don't think you're gonna go wrong there. But I would pick something in a metallic, so like a metallic red, metallic royal blue, metallic yellow, because it's going to be a thicker quality mesh. I wouldn't do anything like this with the burlap. It's too soft. So you want something that's going to hold up in the weather well. This is more soft.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Christina.
Did you pronounce it correctly?
I think so. Julie, right? I know she told us yesterday kind of how to pronounce it.
Julie. Remember?
Yeah.
First two
Julie.
letters is the way you say J in the word jump, and then you take the
The
J and add the Lee. So we're
Anyways,
trying.
Happy Friday.
We're trying.
Yep.
It's all about making sure we're doing it right. So I just toggle in and out as I go around, and just lay these one on top of the other.
Well, hi, Sheila. Hi, Christina.
So this will be a fun theme. So don't forget your everyday themes while you're trying to do Easter and spring and Mother's Day and summer. I saw it today at Hobby Lobby. They had already started putting out their 4th of July stuff. Granted, it's not on sale, but they're thinking. So if you're not sure what you should be making right now, whatever the retail stores are stocking is what you should be making. So if they're doing, beach, you need to be rolling with beach. If they've got their spring and their Easter out, get your spring and your Easter done.
That's okay. Thank you. I just learned how to do Twitter, LOL. Instagram will be my next hurdle, and you just motivated me.
Instagram is so easy.
Yeah.
It's basically picture driven. So you just basically take a photo, and then it's all going to be hashtag. So that's where you get all your hashtags from. So hashtag whatever, hashtag spring, hashtag like on mine it would be hashtag nautical, hashtag Cape Cod, hashtag whaling, hashtag.
Instagram is so much easier.
Yeah, Instagram really is. But it's picture driven. So people are it's like Pinterest. People are looking at pictures and they're clicking like. That's basically it. They like your photo, just like Pinterest.
Libby, so the cream is 15-inch ruffle base, and then the navy and cream is 12-inch.
Yes. Steve was nice enough to help me cut all my materials. I had these all picked out, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I had them all just sitting in my craft room in a box. And I was telling Steve, for once, I actually have the design done days in advance. not running around like a lunatic on a Friday going, let's go here and there and see who has navy deco mesh, or not navy deco mesh, but ribbon.
Right.
I was trying to see what nautical ribbon was out. So thank God Joanne's answered the call.
Christina, have a good time out there at your parade. She said, back to bead sorting I go. Happy Mardi Gras, a few days early, everyone.
Awesome.
Much love from New Orleans. Have a great time.
Exactly. I know.
Okay, news alert. Christina said, also, sad news, Gordon's is going out of business.
What? Well, okay. To that credit, Gordon's is a local store in Louisiana.
Yeah.
But that's just it. I mean, they sell online, but I think that they needed to diversify their store if they're in any hopes of, making it last.
Wow, thanks for letting us know, Christina. Maybe we'll have you go out there and maybe we'll get some stuff.
Scoop it up.
Through you.
I know, that's how I
if
had
you don't mind.
That was my Mardi Gras stuff this year, was through Christina.
Yeah.
And all my Christmas.
She said everything's on sale.
I bet.
Kathy said, Kat, will you be doing a class on Instagram and business group?
Yes. Instagram's, like I said, it's so easy. So I always tell you, if you're starting your business, start with Facebook business, because you can sell from your Facebook business page until you get your Etsy store up and going, till you have a couple wreaths under your belt. Then you'd go to Etsy. Then you would go to Pinterest, because that's simple. It's picture driven. And then because it's picture driven, you may as well just throw your hat in and do Instagram too. And then if you link them together, when you do one post, say for example on Instagram, you can link it to your Facebook or Pinterest page, and then it'll post on both.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice if you can find shortcuts like that.
Sharon, no problem. She said, hi, I'm late crafting for a show tomorrow, but here. And
No
then Christina
worries.
said she'll try to make a trip tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay, 4 more to go. So as you can tell, it's just adding a layer of light navy to this. So not enough to completely take away from the white ivory we've already laid in. It's just adding to it. So a couple more pieces. So as you can see, I'm just twisting these like one full time or like 1.5 times, just enough to get it in there pretty good. You can always tell if you don't, because when you go to pull on it to straighten your mesh, if it pulls out, you didn't twist it tight enough.
Peggy, I can help you a little bit with that on Instagram. She says, I don't get all the hashtag stuff.
Oh, hashtags are cool.
Yeah, so if you do the hashtag is basically kind of the search engine, I guess, for Instagram.
Right, if
So
you like your SEOs.
Right, so if you hashtag something and then people want to search for that, when they type that in, if you've hashtagged it, they can find it.
This is where, having your hashtag as your business name means that if people know you, like Amazing Wreaths and Decor, they would just type in hashtag Amazing Wreaths and Decor, and it would automatically populate every single photo.
Right.
So it might be your customers that are sharing their photos. You'll get credit because you'll be able to go back to that hashtag and find it.
Right. Or like hashtag KatsCreationsNMore.
Right.
And then the @ symbol is when you're tagging somebody.
Right.
So a friend of yours who is on Instagram, if you put say Christina or KatsCreation777,
it tags me in
it tags her in it, and then she can click on that tag and go look and see what was posted.
Exactly. But we'll save that for our Instagram class. Okay.
Trixie said she was in Gordon's today. They told me they have to be out of the building for the end of March.
Wow. So they got a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
So here is our base. You can totally tell that it has done its job, which is to cover the wreath frame so we don't see it. Added just enough pop of the blue to where when we add the sign, it's going to kind of tie it all together. Now keep in mind, we're going to add ribbons and bows and stuff like that. So we're going to add even more navy to it to kind of bring out the sign a little bit better.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to set this to the side.
That's awesome, dude.
What I'm going to be doing is because I want to do a fairly large bow, I'm actually going to put my sign off to the bottom lower right. I'm like, well, this side would be right. So yeah, I'm going to do it here, and then my bow is going to go up here. So I'm going to start my bow first, and then it will help me to be able to figure out where exactly does the sign go, and then we'll come back in and add in the rest of the ribbons. So I'm going to do this on the Pro Bow.
Julie asked, can you link your Instagram to your Facebook business page?
Yes.
Or just personal?
Yes, you can list it to your business page. Matter of fact, I have that set up right now, so that's how the contest popped on both. So we're doing the Pro Bow, and I'm going to do what's called the Terry bow, and it's going to allow me to use every single one of the 6 ribbons that are going to be used throughout the wreath in the bow. So we're going to be doing 3 2.5 inch and then 3 1.5 inch to make our bow. So we're going to start with the 1.5. So this is your inner loop on your bow. These are your outer. So obviously we're going to start with the smaller, because we don't want to be doing fat ribbon here and then have skinny ribbon at the very end. So I'm going to pull these down and kind of look how I want them to go. I think I want this one at the very, very, very bottom.
Just making sure you didn't want the center pin in, right?
Yeah, I did not want the center pin. So here's the whale ribbon. This came from Joann's. This is in their Indigo Mist series. So if you love this, it's not on sale yet. I'd wait till it goes on sale, and then you can order the whale ribbon. Made sense to put it in here. So those are going to be my 3. So
Elaine, Peggy, and Sandra said love the mesh and the base color.
thank you.
Janice said hi, new to your page. Janice, let us know where you're from.
Yeah, we'll try to plug you into a community of fellow wreathers.
Definitely like and follow Kat's page and share this if you can. Donna said it's pretty already.
Thank you.
Janice said like the wreath so far, can't wait to see the final product.
Neither can I. It's like you can do the mock-up and kind of get an idea, but until it all comes together, you don't really know. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of wire and I have measured it the length of the Pro Bow, and then I've doubled it, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to trim that up. So you have 2 separate pieces.
I'm going to zoom in a bit.
Okay. And you're going to kind of loop the end. Don't make it go to a point, but just like a little U. So there's one. And here's my other one.
And then let me know if those pegs are too long.
I think they're fine. I had Steve make longer pegs for me because it was always tough getting the short ones to work. So we're starting with the 1.5. So let me readjust the order of these. I think I'm gonna zoom.
Hi Betty, she said hi, first time also on your page from Kentucky. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome from Kentucky. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull all my rubber bands off.
Like and follow and share if you can, Betty. And then Patty said hi from Indiana. I just got here. My Pro Bow scares me to death.
Don't be intimidated by it. I think the first couple Pro Bow, the very first one I did was pretty sad. It was pretty ugly. But with each consecutive bow that you just throw caution to the wind and jump in there and do, they're gonna look better and better. So, okay, made a mistake. I started with my 2.5, but before I started winding it, I had to realize I had to go with my 1.5. So I'm going with this nautical stripe. This is from Craft Outlet. This lighter nautical stripe is the Indigo Mist from Joann's, and then the blue with white polka dots is from Craft Outlet. So we're going to start with this one, and I'm going to keep my tails pretty short going in, so it's going to be a little ways past. This is your center pin, and then you have an A row and a B row. It's about 1/3 of the way into the A row. So let me go ahead and dovetail cut the ends first.
Oh, thank you, Linda. She said all your wreaths are beautiful.
Thank you.
And then Karen was replying to Becky, we're at Kentucky.
Oh, good. So you guys will figure out how to meet up. Okay, so dovetail. When you're doing it, you're gonna bring your wired edges together, and then you're gonna cut from the folded end to the wired side. Just like that, and that gives you a really pretty dovetail. And we're doing a third in. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna scrunch this down.
Vi said, I'm watching carefully. My Pro Bow is still in its box.
You know, okay, when's the last time you guys see me do a Pro Bow? I think it was like Christmas is when I started. So let me go ahead and prep this by, takes me a minute to think about this one through. Okay, give me a minute. Up to the top and down. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to wind this up to the top, and then with the bottom one, so this is all wound up to the top, and the bottom one I'm going to, there's a little nail peg on this side that if I turn it around you can see the little nail. So I have it wound halfway up, and then the other half is here underneath that, secured on the nail peg.
And then you just kind of tuck the excess underneath the
under the board. And then this is where you're going to take your, this is going to be, everything facing the camera is going to be the top of the bow. So I have wrong side fabric here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around my first peg, which is 1R if you're looking at the board.
And you're on row C, I think, right?
Yes, row C. I bring it back to the center. I'm going to take it, squish it, and flip it upside down. We call it bottoms up. Kind of push that out of the way. Go over the 1L pin. Bring it back to the center. You're going to always pinch right here at the center and then flip. Now, this is where this wire comes into play. You're going to take this wire and you're going to feed it either to the left of your center pin or the right, whatever way is more comfortable for you. You're going to bring that in and hold it. And then this is where you're going to take those wires and you're going to twist them.
Just 2 or 3 times. Right?
Yeah. And then you'll have this wire. This is going to be your twisting wire every single time that you go around the post.
The center peg, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then basically the wire that we've started here and started here is just going to be to secure everything together.
At the very end.
If we're doing bow dabra, when we have stacked it and then we take our pipe cleaner, this wire and this wire is our pipe cleaner wire. So hopefully that'll make sense for you. And then we're just gonna cut this off.
Betty said she's from Mount Washington, Kentucky. And then Melissa said hi from Arkansas, first time watching you live. Hi Melissa.
Thanks for joining us, Melissa.
And then Linda said hi everyone from Minnesota. Hi gals, seems like there's quite a few new gals, so like and follow and share this page so it shares on your page and it's easier to find.
So now I'm taking this and moving it to the side so I don't get it confused. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to dovetail cut. Remember, wired edges. Cut from the fold to the outside. And make sure I have the wrong side fabric. And this time I'm going to go about halfway between the A and the B. So I'm going to scrunch this together. And position this on top.
Patty and Sandra said, nope, too complicated, putting it back in the box.
No, you can do it!
And then Trixie said, Patty, give it a chance. The Pro Bow makes beautiful blows.
It really does. If you want
anyone
perfect bows, you need to jump in and do it this way. And then we're always going to flip it upside down. So you're just pinching at that same spot.
You know, go out and go YouTube
That's what I did.
Pro Bow videos.
I YouTube.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Watch a bunch of them.
Find one that you're comfortable with the person doing it. So here we are back to the center pin. I'm just going to flip it up So just like we're doing it in the Bodabra, how we do the twist every single time and stuff it down, we're doing the same twist, but it's on the peg. And then I'm going to go right about here. And then here's the same thing. Here's my up and down wires.
So you're pretty much doing a terry bow.
Yes. But I needed one of them. Hold on a second. I need one on the bottom. And I don't have it on the bottom. So let me do this one. These are what I call up and down wires. So let me do this pretty quick. Bring it back. Twist. Move that one over. Making sure I'm on the right side. Over. Bring it back. Twist, and then there. Because you have to have one on the top and you have to have one on the bottom, so when you go to pull your wire together.
Patty said, I'm too old.
You are not too old. You can
Patty
do
said,
this.
I've used it to death. Old ladies can't learn this one.
No, yes you can.
Donna said, never too old. That's
Nope.
right.
So we're doing our dovetail cuts every single time. So up and down wire. That's what I just call it. They have different terms for it. Remember, we're not using any other wire on our pro bow except the up and down, and it's only to secure it. And if you want to secure it at the beginning of every single step, you are more than welcome to do that. Like right now, to hold everything, you could, I'm going this one all the way to B. So you could, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's say, for example, you just want to get that started. Take your up and down wire and just kind of give it a couple of twists, like a pipe cleaner. And then up and down. So then you can take this, go around, what's 3R, bring it to the center, get your little pinch in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Flip it.
Trixie said, Patty, I'm 75 and I love the pro bow. And then Kathy said, I didn't think I would get it. I'm 60, but I did, and the bows are beautiful. And then Donna said, I have to confess, I have almost all the supplies, but I'm afraid to make a wreath, and it's been a year now. Please don't judge. Just gotta jump in, Donna, and go back and watch a lot of Kat's videos.
Well, I think what's holding you back? Is it just the fear that you're not going to get a good creation out of it? What's stopping you from moving forward? So see, the wires, all the wires is doing is holding that pinch in effect. So, and you'll see this will come out the most beautiful, perfect bow. So those are done. Now I'm going to go in with the 2.5.
And Donna said, state of mind, she's 71, you can do it.
You can do it.
Yep.
What's
Oh,
the
hi,
worst
Molly.
that can happen? Like just now when I forgot to put my wire in the right thing, I just pulled it off and then just repositioned it the way that it needs to go.
Patty, that makes more sense to do it from what you just said. She said, I make 5 or 6 big bows every day for my wreaths. This would take all day. But if you just decided to take one day and do 5 or 6 big bows with the Pro Bow,
Wow.
Dabra.
Prodabra.
With
That's
the Pro
like-
Bow, you would be great at it by the end of the day.
You really would. Like I said, I think my second one, it was a little rough, but you know, once you get it in here, like these ones, Steve, like I said, he ended up making some of these dowels, so they're not 100% super tight. Like these ones you'll see are a little
Yeah, I need to fix them.
looser, but you should still be able to see this. So I cut my ribbon at the C for this one, and I just pushed the tails out of the way, so I'm pushing them up. This one, I want to make sure it doesn't get stuck. Up and down wire.
Oh, thanks, Peggy. She said, Donna, Kat's private group really rules, no judging. And Libby said, you can do it, just follow Kat's suggestions and you'll be flying. Hi, Cheryl. And then Sydney said, hey, Kat, it took me forever to be brave and work on the Pro Bow, and once I got it, it is so easy.
It is. It is a little bit more time consuming, and here's the beauty of it is it's so perfect, right? It creates such a perfect bow for you that if you're looking for a little bit of, you know, perfection, like you want it to look really super nice and have that perfect bow, or you have a lot of leftover pieces, this is going to be it for you. So you can see it holds itself and allows you to work with it. And having them looped around these dowels is what gives you those perfect loops all the way around.
Yep. And Kim is absolutely right. She said the Pro Bow takes the stress off of holding it with your hands and trying to hold all of it. The ribbon is great. I love it.
You could do, I mean, on the Bodabra, sometimes when you get enough material in there, it likes to rise up, and then you have to use the little stick that goes in the middle to kind of help hold it. So you can see every single one of these, I'm doing the right dovetail cut. Now this ribbon, Joann's, but this is from 2015. Although I could have sworn I saw this ribbon last year. So don't hold me to it. I'm gonna go just to like half of a C, in between C and D.
Hi Brenda.
So that'll go there.
Adele said I don't have a Pro Bow, I need to get one. And then Glennis, that's a good question. She said, do you have an affiliate link for the Pro Bow?
I have an affiliate link through Amazon, which you can order their Pro Bow from. So if you go to Kats Creations, I want to say it's at the top of my page. I have all the tools that I've used from my signs. They're all listed in there. So, but great question. Thank you for asking that. I do have an affiliate link with Amazon.
Oh, nice, Donna. She said, fear of failure, insecure, but you're a great teacher. Patient with a nice voice, and that's important. You don't talk or assume everyone is a pro.
No.
I have one of those Pro Bows.
I'm not a pro. Not a pro at all in doing this. But this ribbon just has no structure at all, so I'm trying to keep the...
Yeah, that one.
This is one
really
that
thin
Steve
ribbon.
said was really tough because the tensile strength on the wire is very thin. So I get it to the center pin, pinch it, and then you flip it up.
There you go.
They call it what?
Oh, yeah, they call it
Bottoms up.
bottoms up.
Yeah.
Peggy said I got mine from Amazon because it had free shipping. So there you go.
That's what I do. I'm Amazon Prime, so anytime I can get anything through Amazon and I can get it shipped for free, generally in a couple of days, I'll always check there. So.
Well, thank you, Katie. She said, hi, Ken, Steve, watching from Minnesota. Got 12 inches of snow this afternoon. It's still snowing. Glad to be home safe and hanging with you too.
Thank you.
Well,
so
happy weekend.
We're doing a bow demo / wreath.
Right.
So this is this is a double thing. So we're down to the last one, which is my, again, craft outlet. Very thick ribbon, which creates a really nice space for this entire bow. So we'll do our dovetail. And then this one's going to go all the way out to D or E. So I'm going to have obviously the tail at the bottom be the biggest tail. So I'm doing my little pinch. So there's my pinch that's going to go to that center dowel. And like I said, if you want to use your up and down ribbon to secure it, feel free. Give it a couple twists. Push it in off to the side. And then you're going to loop on your final, this would be 6R on the right hand side. Go to the middle. Get your pinch going again. And then we're going to flip it upside down. Making sure we have an up and a down piece. That's my only thing. My up and my down. Oh, go, 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 go. There we go.
Yeah, I can tell I need to get the thicker dowels because those ones are kind of pushing in.
Mm-hmm. But I'm trying not to pull too hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to pull super hard to get a good bow. So this one we said is coming all the way out here. And then we'll do the last one. So,
Any other questions, gals, while she's doing this?
dovetail.
I've got it zoomed in, so you should be able to see it pretty decently.
There we go. So now I'm going to, this is where those two wires that you started at the very beginning, the one that's wrapped around the post and the one underneath. Let me,
And what gauge is this? Is this like a 24 gauge?
I will tell you. What did I do with my, this is 26 gauge.
26 gauge.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a couple twists with the up and down wire, and then this is where you're going to push all that ribbon to the center post as tight as you possibly can. You're going to undo this wire, and you're going to undo the wire at the bottom, and you are going to attempt to get it on there as tight as you possibly can.
I think they've done it enough times where you don't want to go anything less than a 24 or 26 gauge wire.
Yeah, 26 I think.
She's had it break before with a thinner wire.
Right, and I think Regina said that if you went with a 26 gauge wire, it was like old school 24 inch back in the day. So you're actually doing a thicker wire than you think. And all I did is cut off my up and down wire. So this is the wire that I'll be using to secure said wreath or said bow.
You can probably turn it around and change.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. So these were just the ones that were around the center pin. So here's your up and down. And then we're just going to go ahead and pull these all out. Make it easier. And we're going to pull it off my center pin. And move this out of the way.
Okay, I'll get it.
I got it. Now you could do it on a fluff box, but if I fluffed it on the fluff box, I guess I could show you guys how to do it that way. I have it right here. So this is my fluff board. So what Steve has managed to do is a C-hook and then a little nail here at the bottom. I'm hoping that it'll reach. It may not. There we go. Yep. Okay. So I have to have a big space to work, and this is nice because I just used the cutting board and then he secured it and I can slide it on the side of my fridge. So this is where you're going to take one tail and one loop and pull them starting at the bottom. So here's my tail, here's my loop. So if I have a tail pulled this way, I'm going to pull my loop the opposite way, and you're going to keep doing the same thing. Tail one way, loop the other. So I have my loop here.
Donna said, I love the way you're going for the close-up. Yeah, I've got it kind of zoomed in so you can see it.
Good.
And then, hi Yvonne, hi Joanne. And then Zelma said, just ran across this. If you're new, Zelma, let us know where you're from. Welcome. And then like, follow, and share if you can. Appreciate it.
So now I'm going tail, my loop. So I'm going to go loop. So now I've got my bottoms complete. And now I'm going to start with the same thing here. So I started tail, so I'm going to go loop this way. And then we're going to go tail this way, loop this way. Same thing. We did loop, so we're going to go tail and loop. And then loop and tail. And we did loop and tail, and then loop and tail. And then you're going to go ahead and fluff it in any direction you want. Give your loops some love, make them poof, pop up a little bit, just like so. Sorry, that's what it looks like on your end. So I'm going to take this and actually add this to our wreath. So I'm going to take my peg and take it off. So now we'll pull our wreath over.
Hey gals, Donna said, love that ribbon. Teresa said hi from Stafford, Virginia.
Awesome.
Patty says, okay, after my ladies pick up the wreaths I made today, I'll tackle this one more time. By the way, I love everything you make.
Aw, thank you. Okay, so remember we were going to put our bow up in this general area. So I'm actually going to take my pipe cleaner that I have up here, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple twists and cut it down, because this is too short to put anything in, because this is where I want my bow to go. So I want to take my wires, and this is where our bow is going to go, so it's going to look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and feed my wire down, which should be fairly easy, seeing as my pipe cleaner was there.
Carlos on one that said, how do you feel about the Easy Bow Maker? You don't have one.
I haven't tried it, but it's not that far off from
The Bodabra.
the Bodabra, so it's just another tool. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with making a bow. I think that, you know, go with your comfort. Ouch, wire's pokey. So then you can go ahead and fluff your bow if you need to fluff it anymore. But see what I'm saying? How the Pro Bow takes your loops and makes them tight and
all
pristine.
in perfect dimension. Right?
Yeah.
Same
And then you
size.
can
Yeah.
fluff anything. So this is where our bow's going. So now when we add our sign's going to come down in here. It's probably going to kind of hang over the middle a little bit. So
That's
we'll probably bring it in here.
Yeah.
So to attach our sign, number one, I always add my business card to the back. So you're going to need a staple gun and 2 pipe cleaners, and I'm going to go with the blue so it's easy to find it. And I'm actually going to attach it.
Kathy, Vi, and Donna said, and Sandra said, beautiful.
Thank you.
Lady said, beautiful, as usual. Love the ribbons. You make it look easy. She only makes it look easy because she actually took the time to do it and do a bunch of them and practice.
Well, mock-up, right?
Yep.
So now I'm going to, I have a staple gun, so my staple gun pushes forward so it's ergonomically friendly. So I'm just kind of pushing it right to my board and then coming around the other side.
And that's called the Power Shot. That's Black & Decker. You can get it, I think, at Home Depot or Lowe's. Something similar.
I kind of missed it, but I just need to bring it up. Well, now we'll just take it out. I was gonna try to just loop it around.
Betty said it's beautiful. Everything you make is beautiful.
Thank you, buddy.
That's a nice compliment. Thank you.
There we go. So this will, better than the adhesive ties, what is the other one that we've used? Can't hole punch.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, you could probably drill holes in the side, but the staple will do the job. So we'll take this, set it over there. Okay, so now we are going to, we're going to fasten our sign. So before I do that, I'm going to take the couple pipe cleaners that are going to go right underneath my sign. I'm going to cut them off.
Davey said, love the staple puller.
Staple puller.
Fork.
That's right. I was like, I could get needle nose pliers, but no. I'm in my kitchen, so it's either a butter knife, highly technical terms for your equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and feed this down through my wreath. I'm going to try to grab 2
Savant said I need a staple gun like that. She breaks every damn one she gets.
See, this
We've
one you
had
can
this one
just
for a long
use your
time.
weight and push.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna attach that. And then this one's gonna go under this sign. So all the pipe cleaners that are under my sign, I just give them a couple extra twists. And go ahead and take them off. I wanna make sure my sign is centered. So right about there. I don't want to cover it with the wreath bow, but there we go. Just double checking placement before I feed my pipe cleaner down through my mesh. And then give it a snug pull. And then I'll trim this up as long as I'm happy with where it's going to stay. I think for the most part I will. Kind of have this one off to the side. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm trying to make sure I'm holding it correctly.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to add some ribbon tails and bows to the end. So I already have these all pre-cut, so you guys don't have to watch me do it. But we're going to toggle those same ribbon colors. So we have the 2.5 inch, and these are cut to 12-inch pieces. And then we have the 1.5 inches that are all cut to 14 inches. So we're going to kind of toggle these colors together. So I'm going to start with this, the geometric one. And we're just going to pop these colors in and add even more color to our wreath. So I'm going to give it 2 good twists. And then for the geometric pattern, we're actually adding this nautical light blue to it. So these are what I call half bows or chevron ribbons. So you're going to basically make a 2-inch loop. You're going to pinch them together. You're going to add them on top of your geometric and give them a couple twists.
So 2.5 inch, right?
Yeah. And then you're going to kind of fan the tails out to the side so that you get this look. Now I'm leaving my pipe cleaners in because I'm going to come around every so often, and I'm going to add some of the white corded ribbon to this to kind of tie in that whatchamacallit,
the nautical look.
Yeah, the nautical look. So this one's a little...
Basically kind of looks like an awareness ribbon.
It kind of does. So we're coming in on every single one of just the outside ones. Because our sign and our bow have pretty much taken...
Yep. So she's got 3 different types of the 2.5 inch ribbon, and they're each cut to 12 inches. And then she's got the 3 different types of 1.5 inch ribbon, and that's cut to 14.
And I'm like, here's all like my pattern combos. I'm like, don't forget which ones go with what. So I'm going to take my polka dot and do the same thing. We're going to do awareness, and we're going to stick these in.
So she's kind of putting the lighter blue 1.5 inch over the darker blue 2.5, and then the darker blue 1.5 inch over the lighter blue.
Well, kind
lighter
of.
cream.
Yeah.
Dark to light, light to dark.
So, and then I won't cut my pipe cleaners off until I figure out exactly which ones I want to put the nautical rope in. So we'll look at those. So here's my whale, and this is going to go in over
love
here.
the color blue, great job.
So we're going to try to keep our whales going in the same direction.
Millie said, just love everything you do.
Thank you.
Hi Brenda, she said she's at Sonic.
Not that I condone whaling in any way, shape, or form. I don't.
No.
This is just, I like this line.
Love for whales.
I have a love for whales. There you go. So we're doing the striped is going to go on top of our whale. It could have gone either or. You could have taken the light and put it on top, but I think when you get to the geometric, it was just too much dark blue altogether. So I'll show you what it looks like as we're going around, just like so. And then I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, the same color combos all the way around. So And you just fan them to the outside. Like so. And light. This light one's sometimes hard to figure out which side's up, but then when you flip it to the wrong side, it's white.
Share, where'd you get your sign?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Hobby Lobby. And it wasn't in any one particular section. Ours was just sitting in their little, you know, like how they have like their seasonal sections. It's in one of the displays on the outer, kind of in the middle of that aisle. So here's this one.
Oh, that was nice, Ruth. Ruth said, love the way you demonstrate each step of your wreath making. And I love your color selection. It is always stunning. You sure look like a professional. I love your work.
Thank you.
That's really nice, Ruth. Thank you.
I try.
And happy Friday. Hope you guys gals have a great weekend. Peggy said this is going to be gorgeous.
I know. Well, like I said, it's just, I love the sign. The sign became my inspiration. Okay, so this was my demo. I hadn't cut this one because I was like, I'll leave one uncut. So here's how you can shortcut. Instead of doing, you know, dovetail cutting one end at a time, you can, here's the other ones, take both of them, bring them up together, then fold the wire edges together, and then cut, because if you get the Dollar Tree Betty Crocker scissors, it'll cut through the really thick wire, no problem. So save your good shears for the kitchen or sewing. Use the Betty Crocker Dollar Tree scissors. I buy like 5 at a time, and then I just rotate them out when it seems like they're too thin.
Tamara said this wreath's going to be fly out of the door. It's stunning. And Yvonne said, Ruth, she's such a great teacher.
This is actually already on my page. So if you guys have followed me for any long length of time, I always put my wreaths that we're designing. It's up there, it just says Facebook Live.
Yep.
So a lot of people say, well, I want to buy this. How can I go buy it? It's on Etsy. So just go to etsy.com/shop/KatsCreations777.
Yep.
And then you'll see the Facebook Live wreath. Should say like nautical something wreath. Nautical, I don't know how I named it. It wasn't Nantucket Whaling Company because that was my second label.
Yeah, you said like nautical beach wreath or something like that.
Yeah, nautical.
Katie said coming in late, but as beautiful as always. Would you cut your mesh, and are they all ruffles? Yes, they're all
ruffles.
It's all mesh, all ruffles. The base is the ivory, plain by itself, and it is cut to 15 inches. And then the blue and ivory striped, thick stripe, is cut to 12 inches.
Yes.
And there's one in each one. So 18 total for each one.
So I'm just going around. Why is it that we, oh no, there's the other ones. I was like, how do they come up short? Because I'm taking the ones out of my mock-up.
So Marine says, where do you buy your mesh and ribbon? You seem to buy quality.
I do. I really try to shop for quality because I think, number one, if you're going to charge what you should be charging for your wreaths, you want to make sure that you are delivering a quality product. You don't want to be delivering anything that is anything less than. And with me, I don't want to do substandard, even though people who say if you use pipe cleaners it's substandard, but it's not in a sense that if I'm going to save my customer an extra $7 off of the price because I used a Dollar Tree wreath frame and pipe cleaners instead of a work wreath, my goal is the customer. So.
And then Kathy, right now, yes, she's alternating on the bottom only right now.
Yeah.
All the 2.5 inch. Every other one is the 2.5 inch different color. So it's the blue whale, and then it's the blue geometric, and then it's the beige
with the seashells and the net on it.
Yeah, and then she's putting a different 1.5 inch on top, the corresponding colors.
Making sure I get them the right colors.
And then she'll fill in, I think, in the middle when she gets done at the bottom.
It depends.
Yeah.
I have to look at it and see. There's only a handful of spaces where I might need to fill, but you want to make sure that you're not going to impede your sign, and that's what I notice happens a lot. And that's why I did my bow first and then added my sign, so that I'm not going to have my bow that hangs over the top of my sign and I'm like, you can't read the sign. That kind of defeats the purpose.
And Marie, for the most part, she buys most of her mesh at Craft Outlet. Sometimes she buys from Wreath Shop or other places, but most of it's from Craft Outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ribbon she gets wherever she can find it.
Well,
Quality ribbon, wherever.
I have to go look. I'm really picky about ribbon, and I want to be able to touch it.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to feel, is it thick, is it thin? So that's why I try a lot of times to go into the local stores to get some of my ribbon. But the downside of that is that the quantity, what you're getting, as far as length, is going to be a lot less. So where you would get 30 feet buying something similar, say on Craft Outlet or Trendy Tree or the Wreath Shop, you're only going to get about 18 feet if you're buying from your box stores. So you're going to have to give up something.
Hi, Teresa. And then Donna said, this wreath is so beautiful, and I am in awe that you have done it in such a short time right in front of me.
Thank
And
you.
you don't rush, so I can actually learn. I'm staying with you. That's a great compliment. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna. So see, I'm just, because I don't want to waste my materials, I'm actually pulling my ribbons out of my mock-up. Because I was like, what am I going to do with them if I don't incorporate these? The deco mesh I'm okay with. But this way, I'm not wasting materials.
And then Melinda said, watching one of your tutorials, tools that you use, I got.
Oh
And
yeah.
I took at everything you have. I pretty much go at the Dollar Tree items. That is another smart way of keeping organized. Yep.
It is. Yeah, I mean you can
Dollar
get
Tree's
your,
got some great stuff there.
they really do. Go in their floral section. Don't just look in their seasonal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find smaller wreath frames that you can use for candle holders
And
or
Jean,
centerpieces.
which is one of our regulars,
Yeah.
she works at Dollar Tree, so sometimes she gives us heads up on when florals are coming out. Or,
Yeah, go check out this. We just got this in.
Yeah.
So then we all go to Dollar Tree.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm coming around my last two. And then like Steve says, I'll look at it and I might, there's I think 2 places where I might put a couple extra pieces.
Adele, so the mesh is, the bottom is the ivory burlap mesh.
This stuff.
It's cut to 15 inches and it's ruffles. And then the blue and the ivory, which is on top of the base, is cut to 12 inches, and they're both ruffles.
Polka dots.
And Fran, the name of the bow maker is the Pro Bow.
Yeah.
Pro Bow the hand.
Yep.
Regina is, I can't remember.
Sellers.
Regina Sellers is the one who makes it. Yeah.
2, 3. So again, I'll come back in and decide where I want to put these little, like I'm just making little nautical bows to add to some of the ribbon, just to kind of give it some more character.
And Fran, she should have that on her affiliate link on her Amazon, on her Facebook page through
What's
Amazon. The Pro Bow.
It is. Yeah, everything. Although I can't put the sign on there because I didn't get the sign from.
Right.
Anything that I can find on Amazon that I've bought from Amazon, I'll link it there. So I'm like the Surebonder glue skillets. Oh my god, I found those in a wholesale catalog and they're going for like $45 right now to get something similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still looking to try to find it cheaper.
Simone says, I always start with the Dollar Tree first before going to places like Michael's and Hobby Lobby.
Exactly.
You gotta have the quality mesh. She said I save that way.
Yep. That's the one thing I don't skimp on is my mesh and ribbon. Although sometimes I found really good ribbon at Dollar Tree too. Okay.
I know Kat, she's gone through so many different wire forms that she's used in the past, and she's typically narrowed it down to the Dollar Tree 14-inch reframe form because it's pretty much the most universal. You can pretty much make anything with it.
And you can find it. So sometimes like people will, they'll come up with like a specific type of wreath form to do it, and then good luck trying to get it. So where everybody else is trying to get their own version of it, I just try to make it simple. So now what I'm doing is on the ones that I have the white pipe cleaners on, I'm just adding these little half nautical bows to, and these will automatically fray on their own once they're cut. So the ends will kind of start to fray.
And you want them to fray a little bit.
Yeah, I do. And so on the ones that are all just the dark blue, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to snip my pipe cleaners off, tuck them behind my ribbon so you don't see them, and then fluff out your bows.
Yeah, she's not going to do every one. She's going to do, you're going to do the ones with the dark.
The white. Just the white ones. So the ones that just have white pipe cleaners on it, so it's pretty much
right.
every other one, I think. So, I think this was clothesline.
Yeah.
Clothesline twine. So, you're just going to sit here and you're just going to make your little loops. And you're just going to tie bows. And you're just going to try to make them as even as you can.
Oh, thank you, though. She said, thank you, you guys rock. Fran said, okay, thank you, your wreaths are spectacular.
Thank you.
And then Katie said, my husband bought me the Sure glue skillet and the Pro Bow for Christmas.
Awesome.
He's a keeper.
Yes, keep them. Well, then they support your endeavors. That's always a good thing.
Yeah. And then Simone said the ribbon at Dollar Tree is hit or miss, but I think that is my greatest challenge, finding good quality ribbon.
Hobby Lobby, Joann's. If you have a Joann's around right now, if you're wanting their nautical stuff, it's phenomenal, the ribbon. I'll show you some of the ribbon that I picked up there today. And I always buy it in bundles of 2, because that will at least be enough to do what I need it to do. So let's go in here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Joann's doesn't sell really the ribbon in 10-yard spools. It's 6-yard spools.
I wish it did.
So you normally have to buy 2 of them.
I always buy 2. Just because a lot of times you don't know what your design's going to be. So you'll just, there we go. There we go. So I'm just tying these in I wanted to learn how to do a nautical knot, which is, you could do that. But
yeah.
that's just way too crazy.
Kind of look like how the knots are on the one ribbon.
Mm-hmm. On the, yeah. So I'm just taking them and looping them through, tying them to my bows. Right through the pipe cleaner.
Gals, have any other questions? Looks like she's getting close to being done.
I'm getting there. It's always about quality. So I'm just going around. It's easy because now all I have to do is just snip the blue ones and then fluff my ribbons. Going around, make another one of these.
She said, I love the Joann seasonal ribbon, but their everyday ribbon selection is awful at her store. Most of it's not wired.
Yeah, most of it isn't wired.
Yeah, you definitely want a good wired ribbon.
And that's the sad thing. So that's why I try to look out. I'm trying to think. Hobby Lobby's Easter ribbon and their Easter deco mesh is disappointing. They usually only have, I think, maybe 3. I'm trying to think of what was there today. Mm-hmm. It depends. There's other people's Hobby Lobbies who have a ton of stuff, and then some people's Hobby Lobbies have hardly anything. So go figure.
Donna said, wow, those bows are so cute. They really top off the wreath. Gorgeous.
The little baby bows? Yeah.
Yeah, Maureen, we really don't buy mesh at Joann's either. We usually get it from Craft Outlet. We used to get it from time to time from Hobby Lobby, but
sometimes you can find some there.
Sometimes you can. It's seasonal stuff, the Easter, the spring.
Joann's used to have really good seasonal deco mesh.
They used to. They used to have the really good white and silver that we used to get for the
key word
the
being
angels.
Used to.
Used to.
Okay, a couple more. So learning to tie my shoes all over again, right? Okay.
Maybe said her Joann stopped even selling mesh.
Really? I didn't see any There was no seasonal mesh there today. But ribbon and signs, oh man. Like I said, it's gonna take every urge that I have not to go buy anymore. I'll show you what they have though. Be looking on my Instagram and my Facebook. I'll share with you what I saw that I contained myself from spending and buying.
Donna asked how much would you charge for a wreath like that?
This one is $85, yeah, which is still reasonable considering everything we're adding and doing.
Yvonne said our hobby lobby has no new spring ribbon. I don't think ours does either, right?
They had a couple. I think I bought their mint green because mint green seems to be a hard color for me to find. So when I find it, I buy it. So here's the last one. I'm trying to get this.
Katie said my Michaels has lots of good quality Easter ribbon, but she was kind of disappointed in the selection at Hobby Lobby.
Michael's Easter. Did we look at their Easter? Ours didn't have that much.
It's been a while since we've looked at the Easter.
I didn't see any Easter at Michael's.
Caitlin said I'm loving this so much.
Thanks, Kate.
Hi Gail. She said hi Caitlin. I hope you're doing better.
Just getting there, I think, little by little. So see if you want your cuts to fray a little bit, just kind of play with them. And this is my last one. So I'm kind of putting them through the loops and then kind of twisting them right on top of my pipe cleaner. So just kind of giving them like 2 twists and then cutting it off. That's why I went with the white, because you can't really see them. The pipe cleaner's on top. So let's see. Okay. I have 2 places to stick stuff, but I'll have you guys look and tell me what you think. So here's where I have these 2 areas. But what do you guys think so far? Do you think it needs anything there?
Do you want to point the 2 areas out?
Yeah, like right here you can see the blue.
Yeah.
And
right
I think
there.
there's another one over there. They're pretty close to the bow. So maybe
Yeah, I would say probably the 2.5.
let's add the whale. Yeah. Let's tie the whale in. So here's 12. Let's put whales on both sides.
Maureen says your prices are reasonable. Those of us who do wreaths know the cost that goes into it. Yeah, exactly.
Ribbon, right? Ribbon is our touch of it. Ribbon is, if you're going to use a lot of ribbon, good quality ribbon.
Yep.
You know, God, I'm trying to think, what was this? I think this was $5.99, and because I picked it up today, brand new, right? New product, not on sale.
Yep, you had to pay full price.
Yeah,
Well, we use coupons.
yeah. Use your competitors' coupons at Joann's. So I think adding this whale ribbon will make the right touch.
The good thing is Joann's, when we went, they accepted Michael's coupons too, so we got
Hobby Lobby.
and Hobby Lobby, so they gave us quite a bit of discount.
So here we go, the last one. So, and I like this ribbon. It's a good quality ribbon. It's thick enough so it's not see-through on the whales at all. And I'm trying to keep my whales face up in the right direction. And we'll add this other one right here, because we've taken all the other pipe cleaners off. And then that way it kind of ties in.
Thank you, gals. A lot of Libby, Patty, Brenda, Kate, Sandra, Linda. They're all saying it's beautiful, gorgeous.
I don't know, should we add?
Maureen said no, all good unless you add some shells. I don't think we need to add shells.
You could add floats. I think if I was going to add anything, I would add in floats. Which,
the little wood.
yeah, like the little white 20 balls.
Right.
I would stick a couple of those in. I don't think I have any.
Like I said, I know I've said it before, but your wreaths are absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Vi.
Thank you.
Hi, Carlette. Hi,
I'm just
Jana.
adding a couple. And then I will twist these in. I think the whales needed to be added. So we'll snip.
Kim, yes, Joann's accept all other competitors' coupons.
We asked.
Yep.
But if you wait till it goes on sale, at least get it 40% off, then I think using the other coupons will really benefit. 21.
You gonna do the blue polka dot with it?
Yeah, I did. Just like I did here.
Yeah.
I think it.
That's the fun thing, is you can mix and match whatever you want.
That would be the only other thing, like, that I would have added. I remember Kohl's last year had gorgeous plastic sea floats.
Yeah.
That would have looked really good with this.
Yeah.
But
Brenda, yes, the whale ribbon is from Joann's.
right now,
The whale ribbon and that other kind of white and light blue striped ribbon is from Joann's.
this ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I was looking for a nautical print. I was actually looking for anchors, but they didn't have them. So I went with whales because we're doing a whaling wreath. So now we will fluff said bows. Make sure our bows look all pretty.
Yep.
And we'll
Sonia
fan.
said this one's beautiful. I think this one will sell fast, Cat. Hope so.
We hope. Well, I'm hoping I get to enjoy it for a little while. That will be nice.
Right.
So let me take this one down.
We put it up on our wall. We said, I don't think we want to sell it. And then it sells. And we're like, dang it.
Exactly.
Get stuck.
Yeah. I think.
Ooh.
I don't want to. It got hung up on a thread
Oh.
on the back, and I think I pulled it. Yeah. But it'll hang up. It'll hang for now.
Too much though.
I know, I saw that. So, this is what we're doing. There we go. What do you guys think?
Katie said maybe seashell or starfish. I think it's beautiful.
I think though, when you start seashells and starfish, it's not so much a beach. Like, I'm thinking this is like deep sea fishing. So I think you're like, I'm trying to keep the theme consistent, and that's where like sea floats would be super cute. I just don't have any white ones, but I would have like added maybe one here and one here to kind of tie in that whole theme, because it's a deeper water type of a wreath.
Right.
Rather than like the tropical beach, like the turquoise and teal, that I think would do the starfish or stuff like that.
And then the wreath size, the wreath frame form you get is a 14-inch wreath frame from Dollar Tree.
Yes,
But by the time you finish with it, it's about a 24-inch wreath.
26.
24 to 26 inches.
Yeah, this one's 26
And
because
then-
when we fluff.
A couple of gals asked if you could show the wreath you took down.
Oh yeah. Let me, so any other questions on this one?
Libby said all is beautiful as it is, but that bow is dramatic. So, yeah.
Pro bow.
Pro bow, yep.
See, if you want to take the time and play with it a little bit. So this was the whale ribbon, and this was, see, it's in their Indigo Mist collection. Wait
Yeah.
for them to go on sale. Because it's $6 a pop, and these are only 12 feet. So just to do a standard bow, if you're going to do like a 4-loop bow, you're going to need almost the entire thing. So that's why if you're going to go pick these up, they're like, wait till they go on sale or buy them on sale. $6 for a 12-foot ribbon roll is a little high. So, and thankfully to do this, I only used one. But in my bow, I only used one section, like to go through 2 loops. Let's see.
Yep. No problem, Katie. She said I wouldn't suggest you edit in. Just we're asking where the ribbon came from. Not sure if it was seashells or starfish, but I love it. Yeah, it's a little bit of both. It's seashell and starfish.
Can you go on the craft room, because I put the other 2 rolls of ribbon, the sea turtles and the mermaids are in there. But they also have this ribbon that's in the Indigo Mist collection. They're all wired edges. So this, I was kind of toying with it, but it was the lighter blue that was throwing me off. So I figured I'll save it for the other collection, or another one that we'll end up doing. They're on the shelf already.
I see here's the mermaid, but I don't see
The turtles.
the turtles.
So here's the mermaid one. So isn't this super cute? Look, all these colors, they just go so good together. So we'll be doing mermaids again this year, but they have, oh, there's the turtle. And here's the sea turtle. So I actually have these turtles in this color, so we're going to be playing with quite a bit of the nautical stuff this year. So, any other questions you guys have? Wait for it to go on sale. The only reason I bought it is I needed it for tonight's creation. And the fact that I'm a ribbon hoarder. And that it was my birthday, and I was telling Steve, buy me a ribbon for my birthday. That's what I'd like.
And I can't say no to her.
Well, you could say no, but this is the other one. This is my blue Sisal bunny wreath. So this is the one you guys asked to see. All done?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions you guys have? Private group. Facebook 2.0. Looking at how to take your logo and make your logo your profile picture, creating a banner, adding your shop now and linking it to your Etsy or webpage if you have that, and anything else that I can think of that would be in Facebook 2.0 but outside of the basic without going like way over your head. That's Sunday at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in my private group, it's $17 a month. All the details are on a pin to the top that I have. It says ready to take your business to the next level. You get additional wreath tutorials, but you also get the business side of it too. So how to take it from a hobby to a business, everything that I've learned in the last year, including my taxes this year. Thank God I went into business because it saved us big time. So things like that will help you take it to the next level if you're interested in doing that.
Bonnie said, gotta have that sea turtle ribbon.
I know.
They all said stunning, love the ribbon. They said both are gorgeous.
But they're all 12 feet.
They're both on Etsy shop.
Yeah. So feel free to take a look. Because I only do this one design, there will never be another wreath like this. Now, people that watch the tutorial might replicate it, which feel free because there's only going to be one. That's the whole basis of my business, is every creation or every design is its own unique creation.
Try to do.
Yeah, I never duplicate them, which challenges me because I have to step outside of finding something new every Friday.
There's a couple you do that are similar, but they're still different.
Right. Yeah. People might, oh, I like this, like the blue bunny. I like the blue. Can you do it in pink? Fine, we'll do it in pink. Yeah. So stuff like that, you can mix it up and do fun stuff.
Especially the mermaid wreaths. You've done like 5 or 6 of them.
Every time we do the mermaid wreath, it's always in. Look, isn't this ribbon going to be just so amazing on the mermaid wreaths? Yeah. So yeah, can't wait to do those ones. So I don't know what we're doing next Friday yet. I have it. It's just in my office, but it'll be along the lines of finishing up spring and Easter, so something along those lines. I might put it out there as a poll and see, would you rather see Easter, would you rather see spring? And then for me, I'm moving into summer, so wedding, Memorial Day, stuff like that. The stuff you see rolling out is the direction you need to be taking. So if you already have stuff in your store, great, go ahead and move on to something else. If not, get your store going. I mean, Easter is April 22nd. So you still have a little bit of time to stock your store. All right. Any further last minute questions? And I'll let you go.
Well, we all said thank you. Have a great night.
Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Instagram, KatsCreations777. I'm doing, I can tell you what the giveaway is. It's a mystery box. So those of you who have known what my mystery crates are, it's enough to create something like this, but without the wreath frame. Because it's cheaper for me to ship the box without worrying about a dimension of a wreath frame, so I can pack it full of deco mesh ribbons, signs, or embellishments to go with that design, and that design will be unique to you.
And then you just go out and get the wreath frame. The
Yeah,
14
you can
inches.
pick. You can use all the materials to make a grapevine or a work wreath or an evergreen or a wire wreath frame. So you decide the dimensions of the wreath.
So
But I'll give you
Carrie,
everything to put it
so
together.
Carrie just private messaged Kat. She said I would love to join the private group.
Okay.
And then Donna said, will you do a newbie class?
Well, kind of what we're doing every year is when you're in
Back
the
to
private
basics.
group, you have access to everything in my private library. I don't keep anything back. I don't say, oh, well, if you didn't join last year, oh, well, you have to just benefit from the classes now. You can go back and take a look at all the tutorials we did all of last year, plus everything that we're doing this year. So you can gain some information, but we're relaunching the business classes all over again, both as a refresher course for people who need that refresher course or haven't taken the additional steps to get it going. So we're starting all over again with marketing and business. And someone asked me, can I go over Schedule C taxes? The answer is no, because your taxes are going to be different than mine. But now that I have successfully completed my first tax year, I can tell you what you need to be accumulating throughout the year to prepare for if you make more than 200 sales and $20,000, you will get a 1099
Yeah.
from however you're selling. So you will need to declare that on your taxes. So the good thing is, hopefully it's a good thing.
Deborah, you don't have to. Deborah, you don't have to enter every day. Just at least once.
Yeah,
For the
just
giveaway.
go on there. You can enter. You can keep commenting and tagging new friends as many times as you want. That's entirely up to you.
Audrey said, thank you both for your hard work on Fridays.
Absolutely, I love Fridays.
Yeah. Good night, Brenda. Good
All
night,
right,
Cheryl.
everyone. Have a great weekend. Tune back in on Sunday at 3, and we'll announce the winner. And I'll let you guys know.
Yep. Good night, bye. Good night, gals.
Talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a great weekend.